actually. So you can see in the back I have post-it notes to remind me of things that I have to accomplish this week and when they're due. Soon they're going to be going into my new Midori notebook, which brings me to I decorated my first insert. It's smaller than my actual book that I should have in the mail soon, but I did that, and this is going to be for tracking my Top 10 Tuesday posts, so I can stay on track of that for the rest of the year. So I did that. If I'm looking down, it's because I'm reading off this sheet. Today, the main portion of this video is a discussion post about audiobooks. Now, several book blogs that I follow have been posting questions, comments, concerns about audiobooks and their opinions, and I thought I would join the bandwagon and do the same thing. So first, I have finished 2 audiobooks in the past 3 or 4 weeks, and the first one was Fairest by Marissa Meyer. It was 6 hours and 36 minutes long for a total of 222 pages. This is the 4th book, or 3 1/2, of the Lunar Chronicles, the first being Cinder, then Scarlet, then Cress, with Winter to be released, I think, the end of this year. I own all of the books. They're on my shelf. However, I haven't read them. Fairest was the first book that I listened to, which is abnormal for me because I like to read in order. But, so I started with Fairest, and I loved it. It was narrated by Rebecca Sawyer, and I loved her voice. She did so amazing on doing all the different character voices. I think that's what really made the book for me, because when I first picked up Cinder, it just wasn't, it was so slow for me, I just wasn't feeling it. But this audiobook, oh my gosh, sometimes it's the narrator that really makes it. So, I rated the cover a 3 1/2 out of 5, the plot 4 out of 5, characters 4 out of 5, and the narrator 5 out of 5, making my overall rating a 4 out of 5, which lately I've been reading a lot of 4 out of 5, 4 1/2, 5 out of 5's books, so listening to such a great audiobook was fantastic. I would highly recommend reading Fairest, even though it is later on in the series. I do want to pick up Cinder and see if maybe if the narrator's the same. That'll help me get through it, because it is a very interesting series. The other audiobook, which I'm almost done reading, is Shattered by Mary Mancusi. The first book is Scorched. I audiobook listened to that one as well, but I also owned it. So Shattered is 392 pages long with a runtime of 11 hours and 20 minutes, and it is narrated by Miriam Voley, and she's also the narrator for the first book. At first, when I was listening to Scorched, I really didn't like the narrator's voice. It really bugged me, but then it kind of started just to kind of, I don't know if it wore me down and I kind of got used to it, or if it finally picked up for me and I actually enjoyed it. So to be able to have the same narrator for the second book was really beneficial because I was already used to it, and the voices have definitely got a lot better, especially with the other characters that have been added in. I am only 2 chapters away from finishing it, so I decided that I'm just going to tell you what my rating is now, and I will have a written review of both of these probably by the end of this month. So cover was 4 1/2 out of 5. I really liked how it stayed with the Scorched, basically the design and everything. And then on my post-it note, Book 3 is called Smoked, and it comes out September 1st of this year, and I am pre-ordering it because I love it. I love this series, the concept, and there's dragons. And the cover for that was just released as well, and I like it all sticks with the same theme. My plot was 3 1/2 out of 5. Although it had dragons, it just wasn't, for me, there's not a lot of meat in Book 2. The characters, 4 out of 5. I like the installment of a couple new characters. The narrator, 5 out of 5. Her voice is just, it got me. I'm loving it. So overall, it has a rating of 4 1/2 out of 5. I'm pretty sure it's not going to change when I finish the last 2 chapters, so, but yeah, that's what my rating is for right now. And let's talk about actual audiobooks. I find myself commuting an hour one direction to visit my significant other, and as much as I love music, I figured that why not get back into audiobooks? I grew up listening to the Harry Potter audiobooks, so I thought, why not? And I had a membership with Audible, so I have a whole bunch of audiobooks on my phone, but putting it on my stereo was a little difficult, but I was able to find a whole bunch of cheap audiobooks and listen to those. So I've done that quite a few times. Once I finish Shattered, I'm going to listen to Alias Hook, which is an actual adult book. It's not a young adult book. But I actually just gave that off to my boyfriend to listen to because he has a half-hour drive to and from work every day. So he figured, hey, why not? And maybe I got him addicted to audiobooks since he doesn't read that much. So I think audiobooks are really good that when you're cleaning around the house or driving to and from a certain place for road tripping. I think all of those are really good reasons to listen to an audiobook. I think once you find a narrator that you really like their voice, like Jim Dale, who does the Harry Potter books, as well as Interworld by Neil Gaiman. He did the first book, I think. Jim Dale is one of my go-to narrators that I feel like I would pick up any book that he reads because he has an amazing voice. So once you find a narrator, maybe just go ahead and stick with them and follow them along all the books that they've narrated. That's one suggestion. Another is just if you're down and you're in a reading slump and you just can't, pick up that book and read it, maybe if you listen to it, it becomes a little easier. I found myself doing that with Scorch, that I was able to go back and forth from listening as well as reading. But lately I found myself wanting to just sit in my car to finish the audiobooks because it's almost this treat for me that I'm going for the drive so I get to listen to it. So I'd highly recommend picking up audiobooks even if you don't travel a lot and you just want to listen to something while you're cleaning or cooking dinner. So I would highly recommend it. So by the end of this month, I'll have a review of both Fairest and Shattered. So look forward to those, and comment below what you think about audiobooks and what you're listening/reading. Bye!